Did WrestlePalooza deliver on its promise of epic moments? That's what we're going to try to find out today because ESPN is the one asking the question. Obviously, WrestlePalooza has officially concluded, and there are a ton of mixed opinions and reviews out there, including none other than ESPN themselves. That's right, WWE and ESPN's partnership is off to a pretty darn rocky start, if I say so myself. We're going to dive into it today. So, obviously, you guys already know my WrestlePalooza review on here. I was pretty negative about the whole thing. I try to be pretty positive for the most part, but man, did I have feelings about how WrestlePalooza ended up going, and I certainly wasn't the only one. So, here we go. I'm going to bring up the graphics as we go on the screen, but ESPN's let me get the writer down real quick. So Andreas Hale, he wrote up a report reviewing all of WrestlePalooza and giving everything a grade. So they started off by saying, after each PLE, we assess the quality of each wrestling match based on effective storytelling, in-ring performance, and overall entertainment. We also grade the event as a whole. Did WrestlePalooza deliver on its promise of epic moments? And by the way, they definitely promised us epic moments. Triple H came out, hyped up WrestlePalooza to no end, saying there's going to be surprises. It's going to be, can't miss. You could have hit the snooze button on WrestlePalooza. So they went through the whole thing and given grades. Now, I'm not going to dive into every single thing because if you guys want to go read the official article, go on ESPN's website. It's still up there. I think it is pretty, nuts, let's just say that to say the least, that ESPN, with their partnership with WWE, is putting out a full article like this bashing WWE. And make no mistake about it, it's not like they're throwing them softballs. They're laying it into them. This is a purely honest review, and I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of respect it because we're all feeling pretty much the exact same way about this. So the one thing about this I will point out about their grade about the Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre match, which I was very critical about as well. So it goes, this was a surprisingly short main event at just over 15 minutes, and it never truly had time to get out of first gear. Then it goes on to say at the end of it, this felt more like a main event of SmackDown than a headliner of a PLE. They graded it a C. Now that's pretty harsh words and still giving it a C. I'm gonna be honest, that match I'm probably giving all like a D plus, right? That's being pretty generous. So I thought that was extremely, extremely interesting that the very first PLE on ESPN is already getting this negative feedback. And by the reporters of ESPN themselves. Now, here's the final grade, and here's the most important thing about this entire thing. Okay? WWE WrestlePalooza final grade C. The excellent Vaquer versus Sky match saved the show from being truly average. It was a phenomenal display inside the squared circle. Everything else was either underwhelming, the short Rhodes and McIntyre match, they really were upset about that match, or a setup for a future match, Lesnar dominating Cena, which, by the way, we'll get into. There is no more John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, so that's not setting up a future match. For a card that promised to have epic moments, it fell a little short of expectations. That may be the most poetic, beautiful thing that you could have possibly said at the end of that report. For a card that promised to have epic moments, it fell a little short of expectations. I would say it fell a lot of short of expectations. So, now that the reports are in, right? What do you guys think about ESPN doing this grading system, especially with this TKO partnership? Triple H and the TKO executives cannot, I repeat, cannot be happy that this article was posted in this type of spotlight. Maybe they were expecting, some softballs. Oh, it was a great match. It was a great event. We sold this many tickets, this many in attendance, so on and so forth. They were almost like wrestling analysts picking this thing apart. So what do you guys think? I mean, honestly, we can look at this in a positive light almost, in the sense that if ESPN is going to be this critical of their product now, make no mistake about it, this is an ESPN WWE product. So if they're going to be this critical of this product, hopefully what that means in the future is that they will adjust based off of this reaction. And going forward, hopefully now, we're going to be getting fulfilled promises, right? The card will meet our expectations of, all this hype, right? I can't imagine a scenario now, after all of this negative feedback surrounding Wrestlepalooza, that they would go out, put out another ESPN PLE. The next PLE is in Perth on ESPN. I can't imagine that they wouldn't have some surprises or some special moments in Perth. So Perth Crown Jewel is shaping up to be a good event already based off of this, right? I'm just trying to put pieces together here. And the official Crown Jewel Perth poster came out today. I already did a short, so if you guys watch that short, thank you. But yeah, interesting who's on there. We got Roman Reigns front and center at the very top, and John Cena. So again, I'm recording this ahead of time of any official matches announced. We know it's champion versus champion at Crown Jewel, but I think that they could pull John Cena versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Again, that's not John Cena's final match. His final match is going to be in December. So we have October, November, and December of John Cena left. So could be interesting if we get Roman Reigns versus John Cena one final time on a PLE at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. Again, there's some other news coming out about Wrestlepalooza as well, like the possibility that John Cena and Brock Lesnar's match was switched on a dime the last second, the day of the match. John Cena apparently supposed to go over on Brock Lesnar, and they changed it. Another interesting thing that I even said in my review of Wrestlepalooza, the fact that Randy Orton never showed up. Apparently, I'll put the graphic up here on the screen as well for this, the report. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre both pitched for Drew to win the championship based off of Randy Orton costing Cody Rhodes the match. That's how it should have went. That's how a lot of people wanted it to go. And the fact that Cody Rhodes had that foresight to see that and pitch that idea. Like, he's going to drop the belt and he's pitching that idea to Triple H. That should tell Triple H something. Open your mind a little bit. Listen to what the fans want here. Wrestlepalooza, hopefully, was a very big eye-opener for the brass in TKO, for the brass in WWE, and it certainly seems like it was an eye-opener for the executives at ESPN to have one of their writers write this article being brutally honest about how Wrestlepalooza was. So let me know down below in the comment section below what you guys overall think about this article coming out and some of the other news coming out about Wrestlepalooza. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and share the content as well. It is much appreciated and it does help the channel out as well. So thank you guys for tuning in today. My name's Dylan, and I'm out. Peace.